All right, we're almost done.
Okay. Yay, you're being recorded.
Hello. All right.
World.
Okay, Alden, thank you for sharing. We are now on Samay.
I sat at home. Our dad bought rocks, like a bunch of bags of rocks, so we can like line them up on our hill because he like dug up the whole side and he wanted to make it look better, so we did that most of the week.
Nice. Sounds very productive.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Samay. And Lily, what else did you do on spring break?
What I did was I painted my bedroom wall. That's what it looks like.
That's super cool.
It's like an accent wall.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So you put like the painting tape and all that?
Yeah.
To...
We picked out the colors and then we put the painting tape on and then we painted the sections.
That looks really, really cool.
Thanks.
Now I want to paint my wall. Cool. Thanks for sharing. All right. And Rita, what did you do over spring break?
I didn't really do anything, just homework and slept.
Homework and slept? Okay. So you had a balance of productivity and relaxation. Cool. Well, I think that's pretty much everybody today. Thank you so much for sharing all your cool stuff going on with the spring break and just getting back in the gist of things. Let's go ahead and shift over to some review. I know it's been like over a week since we last saw each other, but let's just refresh our memory with, let's start off with major solfège. We'll just do maybe a couple intervals or so, and then we'll switch over, we'll go to minor solfège, and then we'll go and review our minor scales before we take our short quiz toward the end of today's class. So. Again, let's just do major for now. And can I get 2 brave souls at least, if not more, to show their faces so I can see your hand signals for the solfège? Pretty please. Who said me? Who said me? Maya. We have Maya. Snaps to Maya. Selena, come on down. Do we have another one?
I know you want to.
Selena.
Want to. Everyone's doing it. I'm doing it.
How about
Sure, I'll do it.
Marissa,
I'm already doing it.
come on down. Can I get one more? So I have Maya, Selena, Marissa.
I don't see anybody else's screen on.
Yeah, where are y'all?
I know.
Come on, people,
Okay, see
you
Maya.
can do it.
Okay,
I can't
Selena?
see Selena's.
Marissa.
Put on your screen. I turned on my camera. Can't see you guys.
There you are.
Yeah.
Okay, Selena, are you there?
Yes, I am here. I can't turn on your screen.
Okay, well, while Selena's doing that, can I get one more student? Pretty, please. Pretty, please.
My screen should be working because I put the camera on.
There you are. All right, fine. Okay, 3's good. In the meantime, as for the rest of you guys, I would love to see your comments in the chat box as we go through our major and minor solfège and minor scales, okay? So, cool. Let's start with major.
Miss Wong, I'm sorry I'm late. I just got here.
Who was that?
Trevin.
Oh, Trevin. No worries. Welcome, Trevin. Really quick, did you want to share something you did over our spring break?
I'm good.
You're good? Okay, cool. Trevin, did you want to show your face on video, on camera? I need one more volunteer. You don't have to.
Hello.
Awkward silence.
Hi.
Yay! Cool. Thanks so much, guys. All right. So we're just getting into our major. We're back in major again. And let's get back into our solfège hand signals. Okay, so go ahead and follow along. Do, re, mi, do some really quick intervals. I will not show you the hand signals, but you show me the hand signals based on what you hear. So here's do. Go and do do. Okay, so what's this pitch? Mi. And all of you in the chat, please type in what solfège pitches you hear. So this would be do, and then you would type in do, and so on and so forth. Okay, so everyone who's on the screen, let's go ahead and continue. What's that interval? Show me your fingers and type in the chat box. Do, mi, major third. Okay, let's go ahead and go on with our solfège here. Show me your hand signal. This is, that was do. Good. What's that interval? Do, sol, perfect fifth. Good job. How about this? What's that interval? Good. That was a major sixth. Do, la. How about this interval? Major seventh. Good job, guys. Cool. All right, let's switch gears to minor. All right, let's do our hand signal together. What type of I almost said it. What type of minor scale is this?
Natural.
That is correct, Selena. I totally blurted out. We have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, do.
Miss Wong?
Okay.
Miss
Yes?
Wong? I don't think I was here for like the practice meeting thing, so I don't really know what's natural and like.
Oh, the Tuesday before spring break?
I don't think I was here.
Oh, okay. So we're just gonna go ahead and review it right now.
Okay.
Okay. So that's a natural minor scale. That's the minor scale we've been practicing all year. It sounds pretty familiar, right? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So we call that a natural minor scale. The pitches, can everybody in the chat box type in the pitches for a natural minor scale, just to reiterate?
Do.
Mhm.
Isn't it do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do?
That's correct. And everybody in the chat box, go ahead and repeat exactly what Maya just said. That is a natural minor scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Good. Okay, so that's a natural minor scale. The second minor scale we did. Let's go ahead and do our hand signals together. You ready? I'm going to play that again.
Any problems?
Yeah, so this is called, can everybody chime in on the chat what type of minor scale that was? So that is called a harmonic minor scale. Maya, really quick, what did you hear there that was different from the natural minor scale?
I think the T was different pitch.
Yeah, I raised the seventh pitch from te to ti. So instead of the natural minor scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, I raised the te to a ti. So it sounds like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, re, sol, fa, mi, re, do.
So
Those are
you changed the T to the major T.
Yeah. So can everybody in the chat box go ahead and type in again the pitches for the harmonic minor scale? We were selected for this as our highlight sound. And then I think the time was saying that the ones are right behind. That was our 11 right behind. Yes, thank you, Sophia. Thank you for typing in do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's our harmonic minor scale. And then this is our last minor scale that we did. Let's go ahead and do our solfege, please. Ready? So I'm going to play that again, ascending going up and then descending going down. So really quick, Maya, what did you notice about that scale going up?
Going up. Sol, I think, or sol, le was la of the major scale. Going down is just normal minor scale.
Yeah, so we started off with our normal do, re, mi, fa, sol, just like the other minor scales. What I did differently is, like you said, I raised the sixth to la, and I also raised the seventh ti, do. So it's almost like a mix between a major and a minor scale, right? Re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And then when I went down, I reverted back to like our natural minor sounding scale. Do, ti, re, sol, fa, re, do. So, can everybody in the chat please type in both ascending and descending pitches for the melodic? It's called melodic. You know how we're saying a melodic interval and harmonic interval? So this is called a melodic minor scale. So yeah, in the chat box, please write in both ascending and descending, because melodic minor scale, a clue as to how we know that is, we have a couple clues. We have the sixth and seventh are raised, la, ti, do. So that sounds one way ascending, going up the scale, and then it sounds different going back down the scale. That's a huge hint that it's a melodic minor scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Different tone, different sound. Do, ti, re, sol, fa, re, do. Okay, so I'm gonna mix it up. Go ahead and type in the chat, and or those of you who are on video, go ahead and blurt out what type of minor scale you hear me play. Here's the first one.
Melodic,
Yeah, how'd you know it's melodic?
because going up, the le and t were different, and going down it was the same.
Yeah, so again, the pitches are, thank you for, yeah, go ahead and say the pitches. You don't have to sing it.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Yeah, so, no, that's okay. So we'll do going up, just like any minor scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So it's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Coming back down. Do, te, re, sol, la, re, do. So let's do a quick exercise. I'm not going to play any pitches. All y'all in the chat, go ahead and type in what type of minor scale I'm doing with just hand signals. I'm not going to sing or play. Okay, here we go.
Harmonic,
Yeah, that's correct. How'd you know it was harmonic?
because the te was a t.
Correct. Well done, Maya. Let's do another scale. Ready?
Melodic,
That is correct. How do we know that was melodic?
because the la and t were major on the way up,
Yeah.
and on the way down it was normal minor scale.
Yeah, so on a melodic scale, a short way to put it, it's going up, it's la ti. Going down is te le. So that's a really quick way of telling ourselves that is a melodic scale. So melodic scale again is la ti. Coming back down, te le. Now when we do a harmonic scale, going up, it is le ti. Do re mi fa sol le ti do. Our Arabian Nights. And then our natural minor is so it's re, te, do going up for natural minor scale. So how can we tell they're different? By the way they
Sound.
Yeah. Thank you, Marissa. Hint, hint. Everybody, did you hear that? By the way they sound. The minor scales sound different. That's how we can tell how we can identify the different minor scales, and that's how we can identify and read and sing. So Maya, really quick, we went over last week accidentals, which are symbols, and you've seen them before, the sharps, flats, you know how you've seen some of those naturals. So the sharp, it raises.
I see this.
Oh, awesome. Okay. So yeah, again, the sharp will raise the pitch. The flat lowers the pitch by a half tone, and then the natural cancels it out. Okay. So it's 10:36. Let's go ahead and take our quiz. And if you haven't already, if you finished the quiz early for whatever reason, be sure to turn in your KWL reflection on minor scales and your minor worksheet because we are entering them into the grade book. And for those of us who have not completed it yet, you should have received an email. So I just want to make sure we all have it in so that you guys can get super easy points for completion. Okay, so I don't know if Ms. Myron's there. Yep. Okay, cool. Did you want to show us how to access our minor scales quiz in OneNote?
Yeah, so I'm just going to share my screen here. Sorry, I've got puppy dog pals going on in the other room. Maya, in your class notes section in your OneNote, you can just go to the slides from the last lesson. They're right here. So if you were wondering what we did, you can just go to the class notes section, and then also the whole lesson is right here. So all you have to do, if you're like, I wasn't here, if you weren't here, this lesson will also be posted in the class notes section. So, you know, if you wanted to go back and review, you could do that. Okay, so now we're gonna go in our quizzes section. And then here's our minor scales quiz right here. And I'm gonna just open up the screen so we can see a little bit better, and then Ms. Wong can explain what she wants to do.
All right, cool. So everybody, while you're opening up your minor scales quiz in OneNote, I'll go ahead and walk us through the directions just to make sure we're all clear on what we need to do on our quiz. So if you go to number 1, if you look at number 1, go ahead and write down both ascending and descending solfège pitches for a natural minor scale. So all you have to do is write in do, re, mi, fa, sol, and then write in the solfège pitches also going back down the scale. Is anybody still confused on that? So number 1.
Are we taking the quiz now?
Yeah, we're about to take the quiz now. Monet, did you have a question?
I'm confused.
What part are you confused about?
All of it.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was you, Selena. That was
me.
Sorry, I'm seeing stuff in the chat and then I'm hearing voices. Okay, so you have your quiz open?
Yeah.
You're looking at your quiz? Okay, so number 1, write down the solfège pitches for a natural minor scale. So that's what we just did. So we're starting off, you're gonna write in, we know it's a minor scale, right? So the pitches would be, the starting pitches would be do, re, and then what? So the third pitch would be May, right?
Oh,
Do,
yeah,
re, May, right? Because we know it's a minor scale. So go ahead and write in do, re, May, and then what's the next pitch?
So,
Fa, so write in fa. You don't have to write in notes, just the solfège syllables. So
Yeah,
write in,
ascending is going up and descending is going down.
so you just write
to
in
clarify.
me, do, and stuff?
yes, so just write in the letters do, and then re, and then write in me, and then fa, and then what's the next pitch?
So,
And then I'll help you guys out a little bit. What's the next pitch?
do, te, le, te, do.
Yeah, great. Did you hear that, guys? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, te, do. How did you know that was a natural minor scale?
Because the le and te are same.
Correct. Awesome. How about going back down?
The same.
That's exactly the same. So go ahead and write that, everybody. We just walked through number 1. So number 1, just write in do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, te, do, te, le, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So we did it ascending, going up the scale, and then we did it descending, going back down the scale. So let's use number 1, natural minor scale, as our reference for number 2 and 3. So we know number 2 and 3 are going to start off with do, re, mi, fa, sol, right? Because it's what type of scale is it?
Minor.
It's some sort of minor scale, right? So go ahead and write do, re, mi, fa, sol, so, fa, mi, re, do. Okay? And then same with number 3. Go ahead and write in do, re, mi, fa, sol, so, fa, mi, re, do. All right, so while we're still doing that, I just want to make sure we have some time here. Let's look at number 4. We're doing something similar as what we did in number 1, 2, and 3, except we're doing it on a music score. So see at the first pitch, we've already been given our first pitch, do, right? So what's the next pitch?
Re.
Re. Go ahead and write re on the music score on number 4. And then what's the next pitch?
Fa.
So the next pitch, the third pitch would be me.
Oh,
right?
me, yeah.
Yeah, so it's do, re, mi, and then the next pitch would be
Fa.
fa. Go ahead and write in fa. And then the next pitch would be
So.
so. Good. And looks like they've given us le and te. So let's pay some close attention to le and te, where the notes are on the staff. So far, on number 4, the first measure, we have do, re, mi, fa, sol. If you write that down in there or type it in there. And then we have le, te, and then we reach do. Now, are the notes in the 3rd and 4th measure the same? Do you see any accidentals or anything?
No.
No. So it looks like it's the same exact pitches going down. So then after we reach the high do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, te, do, what's the next pitch, the first pitch going back down?
Te, le, so, fa.
Te. Yeah. So go ahead and write going up, ascending, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, te, do. And then the last 2 measures, we're going back down, te, le, so, fa, mi, re, do. And we know that because, how do we know that? If you look at measures 2 and 3, see where le and te are in measure 2? If you look at measure 3, those notes look exactly the same. There are no accidentals, so that's how we know it's still A and lay. So what type of minor scale is that? You guys can type it in the chat if you want, or you can blurt it out. Thanks, Nola. That was a natural minor scale because we know our pitches. If you look at number 1, we put in, let's do it in E minor. Okay, are we clear on that? Ms. Myring, would you mind chiming in to Monet on the chat box? I think she might be having some technical difficulties.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, while Ms. Myring's helping Monet out, let's stay on number 4. So we have our solfège pitches written in, correct? You wrote in do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, te, do, te, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So above that, it says this is a blank minor scale. And you guys said it's a natural minor scale. That's correct. So go ahead and write in natural minor scale. Now here's the last part of number 4. It says circle the solfège pitches that make a perfect fourth, a P4. So what I'd love for us to do is to circle the note and the, the solfège pitch. So what we're gonna do, it's gonna be do something. So go ahead and circle if you can with your stylus, or you can highlight it with your cursor. Highlight do, because it's gonna be do something. So what's the other solfège pitch we need to circle to make this a perfect fourth? You guys can chime in the chat box, or you can blurt it out. Ah, good. So go ahead and circle or highlight fa in number 4. Does that make sense, guys? So in number 4, you should have circled do and fa. The note for do and the note for fa, because that's what makes a perfect fourth. So I need 3 things for each for number 4 and number 5 and number 6. So first, we're going to write in all the solfège pitches, which we just did. And then next, we're going to identify the minor scale by writing it in. This is a natural minor scale, and number 4. And then third, we're going to circle the 2 solfège pitches that make a perfect fourth. So we would circle or highlight do and fa in number 4. Does anybody have any questions on that? Okay, so cool. So moving on to number 5, we're doing the same exact thing. We're going to identify this scale. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to type or write in the solfège pitches. It's going to start on do again. Did you notice that all 3 of these systems, they all start on the same note on the staff, which is E. It's do. So on number 5, we're also starting on do. We know this is a minor scale, so then what pitches will we write in for the first 5 pitches? You guys can chime in. Or blurt it out. So we know this is a minor scale. Don't make me call on you guys.
Wait, for number 5?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so
that would be do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Do.
yeah, almost. So we know this is a minor scale. You got la and ti, that's correct. The minor scale, we're gonna write do, re. It's gonna be me because it's still a minor scale.
Oh wait, I forgot me.
That's okay. So that was right. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. And how did you know the 6th and 7th pitch are la and ti?
Because the little hashtag symbol, it symbolizes that you go up a half step.
Yeah, so as much as we want to call it a hashtag symbol, we're going to call this a sharp.
Or
Which is
sure.
an accidental. Yeah, so,
Yeah.
and if you look at number 4 again, at our natural minor scale, see how the 6th and 7th pitches are lined up? In the natural minor scale, in number 4, it says lay and te. But if you look at number 5, you see the difference? You see how number 5, they sharped it? They sharped lay and te, so that made it la and ti. Because a sharp raises the pitch by a half step. Oh my gosh, what happens in measure 3 of number 5? Are those sharped?
No.
No, so what happens to them?
They go back to lay and tay.
Correct, so go ahead and write in the descending pitches. So going down would be te and lay, right? And then go ahead and write in the remaining pitches until we get back down to do. So based on what we know about this scale, how can we identify this scale?
Because of the sharps that make it la and ti, we can tell that it's a harmonic minor scale.
Almost. So what you did, what you said is la and ti, right? And that's correct. If I play this, so that would be, oh, and it sounds different coming down. So what would that minor scale? I raised la and ti, and then I went back down to te and lay.
What do you think it is, Lily? Lily.
Wait, what did you say?
So we're on number 5.
Yeah.
And based on what we know about the sharps we see in measure 2 and no sharps in measure 3, how can we identify this minor scale?
It goes back to normal.
Yeah, so what does that mean? What type of minor scale would that be?
Goes back to natural minor scale.
Well, going down, it goes back to natural minor scale, but if we were to identify this whole scale,
It's melodic.
that's correct. Good. Does that make sense? So going up again, we're going to only raise the 6th and 7th. It starts off as a natural and regular natural minor scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And then, it reverts back to te and lay. And if you look at number, 3 again? You can cross-check number 3. And if it matches number 3, that's how you know it's a melodic minor scale. And before we go on to number 6, we want to circle the solfège pitches, the 2 solfège pitches that make a what type of 7th?
A minor 7th.
Minor 7th. Good, because it's lowercase m, right? So then we need to circle do. It's going to be do something. We wrote in our pitches. So then what is the second pitch we would circle? The second note we would circle after circling do to make it a minor 7th.
I'm going to call on Alex. What do you think? Alex?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Sure. So we're on number 5.
Mm-hmm.
And And then we need to circle 2 solfège pitches that make a minor 7th. We know that's a minor 7th because it's a lowercase m7. So we need to circle do. So go ahead and circle do, the note for do, and then the pitch for do. And then what's the second pitch we would have to circle to make this a minor 7th interval?
The second circle is te.
Correct. Yeah, that's correct, Alex. Yeah, so circle do. Everybody circle do on number 5. And te. Look for te.
Miss Wong,
Mhm.
Amelia is saying that she can't get back into the meeting.
Yeah, I just invited her back in, so
Okay.
hopefully.
Yeah, thank you for letting us know.
Yeah, I just saw that. I just got her back in the meeting, I think. So
Cool. Cool. All right. So I just walked us through numbers 4 and 5. So I'll let you guys do number 6. Again, write in all of the solfège pitches. It's going to start on do. They all start on do because the note is on the same spot in the staff. It's all on E. So write in do and then work your way up the scale. And then go ahead and identify and write in what type of minor scale you think that is. And then also, in number 6, circle the 2 solfège pitches that make it a minor 6th interval. So it's going to be do something. And then lastly, on number 7, can't move my old toolbar thingy. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, and as I mentioned earlier, if you remember, we change the notes of the minor scale to achieve a specific blank. We can identify the different types of minor scales by the way they. So we listen to the minor scales, and we can identify them by the different ways they
Sound.
Shh, no blurting. All right, guys, do you have any other questions about this quiz? I would love for us to finish this at your earliest convenience. If you have to run, I don't think we have any other. Is there a learning lab after this or some other thing that have to do?
Not for this class, but I wanted to tell you guys that this is due on Friday at 4, so no rush. If you're not going to be able to finish it in the next couple minutes here. And I do want to let you know that this video will be posted in your class notes section. So if there was some kind of interruption or you weren't able to get all the information, you can go back and watch it. And I would suggest it. It seems like it's very easy during these lessons to get distracted and maybe my children are yelling, and so sometimes I have to go take care of them. Sometimes you have siblings that are coming in and out of your room, or your parents are asking you to do something, but you'll always be able to every week go back and watch your lesson. There's slides in the handout section, so any information you're going to be able to go back and retrieve the information. During your learning lab time, which is Thursday at 11:30, that is when you need to be doing your OneNote independent work, which is going to be sight reading with me, wisdom with Ms. Wong, and your interval practice, which is daily. And then you'll have an interval quiz that you can take anytime this week, but it's due on Friday at 4 p.m. So make sure you guys get that done as well. And I think that's all I have to say. I know that some of this might be a little bit confusing, but if you go back and go to the video, I think if you have a quiet space to go listen, then it'll be more clear. That's all I have to say.
All right, thanks, Ms. Maring. And then everybody else, I just really want to reiterate how, like, I am so impressed by what you guys have, how far you guys have come with intervals and minor scales. And, you know, Ms. Maring and I were talking about this. A lot of this is college related stuff. So if you're ever, you know, frustrated or you're still confused about something, by all means, you know, this is really tough stuff, and you guys have come such a long way, and I'm so proud of your progress. So again, you know, we're always here to help. If you want to ping me with an email if you have any questions or comments, or if you just wanted to chat about anything, Ms. Maring and I are always available. And yeah, so I mean, you guys, like I said, I didn't even learn any of this until like maybe 2 years ago. And you guys still don't know how old I am, but you guys are learning it at age, what, 11 or 12? That is so impressive. So kudos to you, snaps to you.
I wanted to say one more thing. We're still doing tutorial on Wednesday, right, at 1. So if you're like, I don't get it, I need help, can you walk me through my worksheets? Can you go over the scales again? 1 o'clock, it's on your Outlook calendar. So if you want to come and get extra help with scales or intervals, we'll both be here tomorrow at 1.
All right, any other questions, shout outs? All right, guys, thanks so much for your participation. And I'm just gonna stick around until everybody logs off. So have a great rest of your day, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.